You made it. Welcome back, everybody. SolidSol here. So nice to see you guys once again. And I've been quiet about this for a long time. I've said it a lot in my streams and sometimes in my videos from time to time, just like a little bit during certain gameplay moments, but I've never dedicated like a full video on it before. But basically, this video is going to be me talking about the For Honor community. The For Honor community rage quits so damn much. They rage quit as if this game was ranked mode, basically. However, I will agree that some Dominion games feel like they are playing the Dominion series, where there is 10 bajillion, million, and zillion amounts of money involved, okay? I totally get it. When you fight a stack, when you're solo queuing, 99% chance that you will lose the game unless you have some of the best solo queuer players out there that can actually start confirming for you or know how to team fight, and they are picking a good character in team fights or amazing for defending a point. It is just an uphill battle because you have no comms, you don't have perhaps a good hero picks, and you don't have the most optimal feats to be using. That's just an unwinnable fight that, you have to accept that in your mind that you're not going to win, but you're going to try your best to have fun and get some nice parries. However, in actual reality, even if you do get some nice parries, like maybe 1 or 2 parry, you're not going to be able to kill the enemy because their teammate is gonna come and gank you and basically tear you a new butthole. That's just how For Honor works right now in its current state. 1v2s, you are never really ever meant to survive. Yeah, you can stall for a little bit, but you're only supposed to stall until your teammate comes in here to maybe help you win the team fight. The reason why stalling is so important is that so you don't get your point taken. And once your point is taken, that means you're not going to be able to generate anything, and the enemy has time to stall in, and you're not going to be able to win the game. You're also low in renown because you lost team fights all the damn time. And so 1v2s, you will always lose. That's how they're making the characters now. Easy gank setups, very strong pins, and basically it's Joe over. So I feel for you guys. I feel for all the solo queuers out there, the duo queuers that have to go up against stacks. When I'm streaming, I am force stacking. Sometimes I'm streaming with my stacks that knows how to gank and confirm and not feed as much revenge. Sometimes I'm just playing with random viewers that are just solo queuers like myself, and it can be frustrating when we fight against stacks or stream snipers with their stacks. And basically, it becomes very hard to win, It's really fun when you try to fight good players with another good team of your own good players, but when it's with randoms or people you don't have synergy with, it is a really hard battle to win. I still have fun from time to time, but For Honor is one of those games that is incredibly frustrating. There is a lot of knowledge that you need to learn in this game. There's knowledge checks. Each character has a bunch of different moves. It's not as much as other games like Tekken and Street Fighter, those conventional fighting games, the traditional ones where there's freaking 50, 100 plus moves that you need to learn and learn to punish. For Honor is much simpler in that design, and that's a really good thing because once you understand a few fundamentals about this game, you'll understand how every other character works. You won't have to go into a YouTube video that goes into a 1-hour guide on the character. You can just watch like maybe a 5-minute or 10-minute video or one of my tier lists to be like, oh, so this character has this. Okay, so that's something I have to look out for. And I think the most casual part about For Honor is that the combo system is the same. You have a light and a heavy, and you press those 2 buttons to create combos, whereas games like Tekken, each button on other characters do different things, so you have to relearn the game to an extent all over again. And that's what's so exciting when you decide to pick a new main in Tekken. Each character feels unique, not just because they move the buttons around, but because they've made their attacks, specialize to their own unique qualities. And For Honor definitely lost a lot of that charm with the recent reworks that they keep bringing in, and the new DLC characters. They all feel the same. Now, the reason I bring all of this up is because I'm getting tired of people rage quitting, especially in Breach. Breach is the mode where you're basically playing PvE, okay? This game is not a PvP game. It's a PvE game, okay? You're constantly fighting bots, even though you're choosing to fight players. Players versus players. That's what I'm clicking on. It's not players versus AI. That apparently is what I'm clicking now these days, because when I'm playing with a stack or if I'm just duo queuing, it is just pain. After the first gate, if everyone is gone, nobody ever joins. For Honor really needs a backfill system, just like Overwatch, okay? Overwatch has the system where anybody can join whenever they want, okay? Like, you do quick play, boom shakalaka, you're joining in. You can quite frankly join a game that is just ended. How awesome is that? And you can join a game that's midway through and you can win the game. It's actually ridiculous. That is how much clutch potential Overwatch can have. And For Honor, not so much because there's no backfill system. But imagine if there was. Imagine if there was. You know how many times I've joined a game where there's just one person on the team and then I get 3 people to join in right afterwards and we're triple capped, but somehow we still win the game. I can guarantee you that's incredibly satisfying to do. Not all the time, because you might be fighting a stack that's really good, but sometimes you can get a dub in, and that's awesome. So like I said, it's a pain in the ass to be fighting 4 stacks, and not even 4 stacks that know how to gank efficiently, just 4 stacks that are together just communicating, be like, oh, this guy's going to point A, oh, this guy's at point B. There's 3 in mid, so we can all just go there. Or there's 4 at point A, so let's all just go there and generate our points through mid and our home base. Like, that's really important callouts. These comms go a really long way. When you're playing with a bunch of solo queue players, you don't really know where all the enemies are. So if you leave your point and donate it, you're not gonna have a place to heal, you're not gonna have a place to generate points, and at that instance, you're going to be losing. You're going to be fighting an uphill battle. But in a stack with just friends, the game is so much more enjoyable. Yes, not everyone is going to have the blessings of having friends to play with every single day you hop on For Honor. And that's why, of course, you should join my Discord, where, you know, there's casuals, high-level players, a lot of few and far in between, all these different types of people, everyone. And while I'm plugging in, and while I'm talking on my Discord, I might as well plug in my GamerSubs code. Use SolidSol, the code, get 10% off on your next GamerSubs purchase, get some sweet waifu cups, and honestly, it really helps me stay wired while I'm playing For Honor and streaming For Honor. I play so much better with this. If I'm just drinking normal water, I'm not going to be doing as well, I can promise you. It's not a placebo effect. It actually helps you stay awake and keeps you focused on the game at hand. So use code SolidSol. I know for a fact that you guys are experiencing a bunch of rage quits on your end. There's people who rage quit because they don't want to fight a stack, or they are fighting a stack and they want to leave because they're losing and nobody on their team knows how to play the game because the matchmaking is so dog shit. But what do we do about all of this nonsense, man? What do we do? What do we do? Do we cry on Twitter, spam them, be like, can you guys add an actual backfill system? What are you guys doing about that? Can you stop adding new heroes? I will specifically give JC freaking $100,000, not $100,000, but like maybe a freaking $100 to actually put on some new servers, remove a bunch of the playlists, add a ranked Dominion mode, and punish people for leaving games, okay? Listen, everyone has left a game maybe once or twice. Rage quitting is okay if there's literally all bots on your team. That's totally okay. If everyone left already, you should leave. You should be automatically leaving the game with no penalties whatsoever because all your teammates were being a bunch of little bitches. And you should also be rewarded a hot goth mom because you decide to stay there and win and not be a little crybaby redditor because you're not actively improving. The best way to improve at this game is to watch YouTube videos, watch guides and stuff, or watch Twitch streamers and see what they do. You know, emulate what they do because what they do works. Okay, there's plenty of stuff out there for Honor that teaches you how to be a good player. Yeah, there's only so much you can do, especially against a stack and really good players. But at that point in time, there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept it. Just take it. Just take it like a good little girl. But seriously, besides the case of the 4 stacks, and also if there's a lag switcher or someone who's incredibly laggy, and it's surprising that they haven't been, you know, disconnected from the game yet, I kind of want there to be if someone goes and reaches like a really high ping, like maybe 150 or something like around that number, then they get automatically kicked. You know, something easy, something nice and easy. Because we all know that the reporting system doesn't really work that well. And I know a lot of people would like it to, because I know Havoc's been fighting lag switchers. There's also a lag switcher that we've been fighting in NA as well. And I don't know his name, and I don't remember, and I also don't care. Scripters too, of course, is what I meant when we're fighting people in ranked and stuff, and sometimes in Dominion. If this game had an actual backfill system like Overwatch, where you could join at any single time whenever you wanted to, I think that would be freaking awesome. So there are some valid reasons to be leaving games, but I'm 90% sure that is minority. The most players who are leaving the games are just fed up with losing, fighting certain characters that they don't like, or fighting a stack, etc, etc. Change needs to happen, and this is what I would recommend. Okay, so the first thing is obviously, no matter what, okay, no matter what, if you leave Alt F4, pull the plug, exit out of the application for you console players out there, you will get a 20-minute ban, okay? Simple as that. 20-minute ban. That means I won't get to fight you in the next round, and maybe 2 games from afterwards. And you can take time to cool off and be like, okay, why did I rage quit? Why did I lose? What did I do wrong in that game? Was it my teammates or was it me? I personally feel that this is a valid response because it shows us that Ubisoft wants this game to be competitively viable, okay? They want this game to be competitive because as you can see, they focus a lot on the Dominion series, on ranked, Duel Frenzy, the high-level tournaments for 4v4. They are really and quite passionate about this. We have a lot of passionate competitive players out there, and that's a good thing because it helps keep this game alive, and you know, it gives us a competitive edge in fighting games because For Honor is very niche compared to games like Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, all those games. But you know, For Honor has survived for a very long time. 7 years for this game. That's amazing, and they're still pumping out content right now. So I think For Honor needs to set the bar up, okay? They need to step up and make it so that people can start taking the game a little bit more seriously, because in Dominion, nobody takes it seriously. There's barely any competitive players that play this game in MM because the game's a joke. People leave, people rage quit. It's like, who wants to fight bots the entire time? I can promise you a ranked Dominion will keep this game alive for much longer than it has been at this moment. Like, it's doing pretty good. It's doing very good right now, even without any ranked modes. Dual rank mode does exist, and some people do play that game, not a lot, but a ranked Dominion would set the bar so high and would bring in new players that want to get good at the game, and it would create and fester a new environment for the For Honor community to thrive in. If you think this is way too harsh, what they need to do is they need to make a ranked Dominion, okay? A ranked Dominion, while of course the other option is adding backfill, which is probably not going to happen anytime soon, but backfill needs to happen. If backfill happens, rage quitting won't be that much of an issue, okay? Overwatch implemented a quick play mode that was separate from the original quick play, which basically you could leave whenever you wanted. There were no penalties, and you know, it didn't matter what you did there because you were just having fun. But this mode, which is basically ranked mode, but it's ranked mode light, enables people to actually take the game a little bit more seriously without having the full commitment of ranked. Not everyone has time to play a 20-minute game of ranked because you have to do both sides on attacking and defending, and sometimes you just want to play one game and that's pretty much it. But the most important thing is that people who leave the game are punished more severely because they are leaving their team to fend for themselves in a 4v5 game. That is not okay. That's not really good sportsmanship, and it teaches players that, you know, you can do whatever you want because it's an online experience. And in reality, I really think you should be doing your best to help your team, especially when they want to try to actively improve. Some people aren't ready for ranked mode, and they aren't ready to let down the random players that they find in ranked games, and so it's easier to do so in a quick play light version. I think this is such a great addition to the game, and For Honor really needs that type of game mode. Yes, you can argue that it's going to separate the player base, but the good thing is that those people that are in that game mode, the game mode that punishes people for leaving, are taking the game way more seriously, and you can expect them to help you more actually learn about revenge and learn about ganks to help you improve and help them improve. It creates a good community of people that have good sportsmanships and want the game to thrive. People in matchmaking who play Warlord just to ledge people 24/7, or Shinobi players in general, they don't care about the game. They just want to see you suffer, right? Am I wrong here, boys? Am I wrong here, Shinobi players? Tell me the truth. Warlord players, is that the truth? You just want to inflict pain upon others. Am I wrong? I'm obviously right here. I know I'm right. All jokes aside, though, you know, I think that's a great addition to the game. So basically, we have more timeout penalties. 20 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. I'd say 20 minutes to make sure that they don't freaking do it again, because these players love ruining games for other people, especially for breach mode, which is such a long game mode. If you are stuck on attacking or defending, it doesn't matter what side you're on. If you have no teammates, it's just the worst experience ever. So separating the people who actually want to take the game seriously to an extent and want to learn the game in a friendly environment, you know, that's a very good thing. I would like that to happen very soon, and I would prefer it instead of having new heroes, new maps even, okay? Maybe not new maps, but I would love them to implement this thing right now, ASAP. And honestly, I think that would solve all the issues of rage quitting, because one, you'd see less of those types of players. You could either go the route of making it so that people who rage quit only get stuck with people who rage quit. Like, I think that would be really funny, but it wouldn't really solve the entire problem, which it's a band-aid fix. It's a band-aid fix, and we don't need to do that. If they do decide to add that, I think they should still implement the 20-minute ban of playing this godforsaken game so they can cool off, find some other game to play besides For Honor, because God knows they can't handle it and they don't have the skill for it, and so that we don't have to see them in the next game. So those are my thoughts and concerns about the For Honor community and rage quitting in general. I think some games have done it well on punishing people who are, cheaters. They are rage quitters who ruin the community of For Honor. There's a lot of good people out here. I've met amazing people that are just, down to earth and are just a fantastic part of the For Honor community and the Box Brigade, which is my community, and I'm just gonna name it that. Box Brigade. Let me know if you guys have other names, but there's some great people out there. But there's so many Warlord mains out there. You guys know what I'm saying? And Shinobi mains out there, and they deserve the 20-minute penalties whenever they leave games. And of course, being the bozo I am, I forgot about all the Orochi players out there that love rage quitting. Those players too. Who do you think deserves the most hate? Rep 70 Orochi players or the Shinobi players? Let me know down in the comments below. But all jokes aside, this is a very serious problem, and it ruins the quality of our Dominion games, and especially for those breach gamers out there. Okay, there's a lot of breach gamers out there that are suffering when they are solo queuing, duo queuing, and all that good stuff. And it's not fun for the 4 stacks either to be fighting bots, okay? It's not fun. It sucks. I've been playing 4 stacks on stream for Breach, and almost every single, I'd say about 80% of my games are just our 4 stack fighting bots. And at that moment in time when I see someone rage quit, like one person rage quit, I just think to myself, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna play the game because I don't want the other people to rage quit. As soon as it's a 4v3, it is 0% chance of winning. You lose. There's no way you win that game. The only time you win that game is if you have a 3 stack. That is incredibly good at the game. Like my stack, we've won games that are 3 versus 4, but it's incredibly hard. It's sweaty as hell. It's really sweaty. And to be fair, nobody wins. You wanna know why nobody wins? Because it was not fun. I mean, sometimes you get good clips, but other times you're just getting your bum rushed down, okay? It is not that fun winning a 3v4. It's satisfying if you get some really nice plays, but at the end of the day, it is just a terrible experience for everyone involved. Why do people rage quit? Question mark. I mean, I know sometimes it's because of the YouTuber effect. I'm a YouTuber. People do know my name. It's SolidSol, something with soul in it. And they'll be like, oh, this is the SolidSol YouTuber guy with the loot thumbnails or the tier list and all that good stuff. I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Prepare to be on YouTube. And a lot of people don't want to see themselves lose on YouTube because I'll be showing my highlights, and sometimes I won't be showing your highlights when you kick my ass, okay? Listen, this is my YouTube channel. I want to show when I'm good, and sometimes I'm gonna show when I get my ass kicked and when stupid shit happens to me because this is For Honor. It's relatable. I'm a relatable guy. I'm not the best player out there, and I'm definitely not the worst, okay? But there's stupid things that happen to us all the dang time because this is For Honor. It's our favorite game. Shit happens. But those are people that are few and far between. They do exist, obviously, but I think most of the people who rage quit are the people who don't want to fight stacks, they don't want to fight certain characters, and they don't want to waste their time losing. But in my opinion, I think it's okay to lose, or it's okay to fight a game that you know you're going to lose, as long as you try to understand and learn certain ganks that you can try to get out of. Try to use that as a learning experience to not get in those situations before. One of the most important things I learned while playing this game at a high level is that don't go in a point by yourself when you're not picking a character that can stall. A character that is like a Peacekeeper or Nusha who has no way to defend themselves against a really good gank, a Magi gank. It's like, oh my god, you're just asking for trouble. You're just asking for cock and ball torture. Like, get the hell out of here. You want to go into a fight, in a real life fight, 1v2? You're crazy. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know your solutions down below, because we got to come together as a community and get these rage quitters out of here, okay? Get the rage quitters out of here. I don't rage quit any of my games except if they're all bots, okay? If they're all bots, or if there is, just a 4 stack of competitive players fighting just 2 of us because the other 2 left, and they're 4 stack of competitive players. There's no way you're gonna have fun there, and they all just wail on you because they don't give a shit. They just want to kill you, and it's just pointless. It's give me the 1v1, okay? Give me the 1v1, bitch. I dare you. Give me the 1v1. I don't know why players don't give us the 1v1 when obviously all of our teammates left. Like, give me a chance to redeem myself. Let me 1v1 you. That's at least the most fun part about this game, is having some chill duels in 4v4. It's always a good time. Obviously not when there's 4 players on each team that are able ready to fight, but come on, man. Like, give the person the 1v1. I always gotta give them at least that much respect. Like, I know you guys want the game to be over with, and you guys don't care about 1v1s, but come on, man. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Give anybody a chance. And the other thing, too, is, like, feed revenge. You always see in my videos that if it's, we're winning already, and it's already 4 versus 1, it's breaking, just keep attacking the guy. Give him some revenge. Let him kill one of your teammates. And let him have some fun with revenge, because you know for sure that revenge wasn't popped once in any For Honor game at all, except for him, of course. He's the only one that gets it, remember that, guys. So those are just my thoughts on the situation at hand, because in all honesty, you will not be able to handle the situation by simply telling the rage quitters, guys, you guys know that rage quitting is bad? Stop doing it. Stop doing it. It's like telling a criminal to not steal. It's like, stop stealing. They're not going to stop stealing. They're going to keep stealing, right? So the main thing is that we need to find ways to make it so that they are less incentivized to cheat. I mean, not cheat, to less incentivized. Well, to cheat too, but less incentivized to rage quit. I think that makes total sense, but unfortunately, Ubisoft hasn't implemented anything when it came to 2017. They didn't think about people rage quitting fighting games. That's unheard of. Who rage quits in fighting games? Who plugs? Apparently, it's called plugging. I recently learned this in Tekken. It's called plugging when you rage quit. It's because it's the Ethernet cable, right? You just take the Ethernet cable out. People call that lag switching in a lot of other games, but you know, people pull the plug so you can just leave the games and you get no penalties for it. And that's just ridiculous. For Honor needs to tackle this head on, because it's trying to be a competitive esports game, baby. And if Overwatch can make it as an esports, my goodness, how is For Honor gonna do it, guys? How's For Honor gonna do it? I don't know, man. I love this game, but sometimes it drives me crazy. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Tekken video coming out soon, of course. And join the Discord. Use SolidSol for gamer subs, okay? You will play instantly, infinitely better, I promise you. Bye-bye. See you later.